Today is your lucky day and I'm giving you a gift. Here, picture this. It is an imaginary pencil with a giant eraser, and you get to erase all the mistakes that you did yesterday or the weeks before, and you get to start over right now. Hi, I'm Shania. Welcome back to my channel, Evolve with Grace. I talk about all things in life's evolutions as we navigate this adulting thing together. And one of the most things I'm passionate about is personal finance. I'm a certified life coach, a personal finance behavior strategist, and I went to the school of hard knocks and got a PhD. So today is June 30th when I'm making this video. And I'm a person who believes that every moment is a new beginning. But sometimes people have to switch the page on the calendar to really appreciate the fact that they get a chance to start over without looking past. Because you flip the page, you don't need to look at yesterday's mistakes. You can only move forward. That's it. So if you do anything for me after watching this video, commit to moving forward. Well, it feels like I just put the Christmas tree away. And I know it could have just been months ago. But when July comes, you will be swarmed in one way or the other. If you're a QVC watcher or you pay attention to the sales, Christmas in July. Yeah, I had a coworker send me a message a couple weeks ago and says, look, it's exactly 6 months till Christmas. Maybe you don't celebrate Christmas, and that's okay. But there are seasons in your life that you will probably spend more money. For instance, for me, I'm just getting out of a huge spending season. Birthdays. Starting March to June, it is crazy birthday season in my family. Now we have graduations on top of that, and celebrations and weddings. And those things can burn a hole in your pocket. You may be a person who's been diligently saving and trying to change their financial habits to just get caught up in that season, and then you don't know how to stop spending. It is very easy that if you take a period of time where you're not spending money and then you start spending, it's kind of hard sometimes to pump the brakes. Well, here is your reminder to pump the brakes. You have a totally new month ahead of you. You have a new month where you get to track your spending, write down all of your expenses. For the month of July, I am challenging you to write down every penny you spend. I'm not saying to start a crazy budget. I'm saying to look at you. Look at your habits. Look at what you're doing. Write down every penny. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we can spend and we can look at ourselves and say, oh, I don't think I spent that much, or I really don't waste money. But at the end of the month, we don't know where our money went. I follow a budget that I work daily. I work on my budget daily. And if I'm not working on my budget, I'm self-analyzing my spending. You may not be there yet, and that's okay. But for the month of July, your clean slate, your new start, you get to track your spending so that you can see what your reality really looks like. With that, I also would invite you to pull out a calendar. Write down your life's events. You know when everybody's birthday is. If you're a person who purchased gifts for birthdays, you know when everyone's birthday is. Mark it on the calendar. You know when Christmas is, if you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or any kind of holidays where you gift other people. Now, with the way that the economy is going and the price of things, it's super expensive. I don't know what your game plan is. I'm switching things up this year. I'm reaching out to my family and I'm planning for us to do a grab bag. And we're going to celebrate Christmas in July. Maybe on the 25th, I'm going to have my family come over and we're going to pull a name out of a hat. And that's who everyone buys a gift for. Instead of buying a gift for every family member, that's what we're going to do. I know that Christmas will be here December 25th, and I love Christmas. It's my favorite time to spoil people that I love, but I can't spoil myself in a rotten way. So I invite you to look at your calendar, forecast it, write everything out. What are your birthdays? What are your holidays? What are your spending things coming up? Do you have graduations coming up in the next year? Do you have sweet 16s? And maybe you don't have a calendar for this year yet. You can put it on your phone. You can put stuff on your phone calendar for years to come, or you can print something out. You can print out a calendar and write out all the things that cost you money. Because when you prepare, no, what is it? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Yeah, that's the quote. And there's so much to it. But it's not about failure. It's about personal peace. It's about being able to put your head on your pillow at night. It's about not feeling that sense of dread, the scaries, and the feelings of not having enough. You can still be generous and gift and give and live your best life by protecting yourself, by your financial peace. One of the other ways that I'm trying to protect my peace and to protect myself for unexpecteds, even let's say it's someone's birthday and I didn't put it on there, or we got invited to something that I was not expecting to get invited to. I have my emergency fund that I'm building. I have an emergency fund that I build. I'm dealing with student loan debt from my girls, that some my Parent Plus loans and things like that. So there are debts that I pay. But what I do have is something that I call a CYA envelope. And that stands for Cover Your Apple. You can fill it in anything you want, but I'm going with Apple for the sake of the video. Right? So that envelope is there in case something comes up unexpectedly, like an impromptu barbecue, and all of a sudden, it's a hot day and family and friends want to come over. Well, if I have family and friends over at my home, what we do is we host. So if you're coming to my house and you're here for an extended period of time, you're getting fed. And I know that that's how we like to show up, and that's what we like to do. So that CYA envelope is money that's there in case things that I did not plan for. Because there's no way to say, okay, well, let's say July 6th, I'm going to have a plan to have people over and we're gonna cook. I'm gonna feed my guest. No, but I do have a CYA, my Cover My Apple envelope, that makes it possible for me to be able to do those things without feeling burdened, without feeling stressed, without doing it and then later on feeling like I did something wrong and having regret. Because when you're spending time with family and friends, you want to be able to enjoy them and not have that feeling of dread behind. Have you ever experienced that? Maybe it was a holiday, a Christmas, where you had a certain amount of money that you were going to spend. You had a plan in your head and say, maybe it was a number of $500, but things cost more than you were expecting. Or it's that perfect gift that you want to get somebody and it's more than what you planned for. Maybe you had a $25 budget and the thing that you love, and it's like, oh, this perfect thing is $50. Yeah, the easy thing to say is don't do it. Very black and white, okay, no, I'm not gonna. But when there's an emotional component to those decisions, it is easy to follow what your feelings are. And there are people who will tell you that adults devise a plan and stick to it. Well, I go to tell you, as a woman, as a person, I can tell you that I am not perfect, and I will do things for people that I want to because I want to. And I'm willing to sacrifice myself or my peace of mind for a moment to be able to do those things. So if you know yourself, like I have a meeting of one all the time and I analyze my own personal behavior, especially when it comes to personal finance. I know how I am when it comes to the special people in my life, and if I find something that's perfect for them, I need to be able to prepare for that. That's why the calendar is super important, and doing things early. If you know that you're a shopper for a holiday or for a birthday, keep your eyes open to see if you can hit some sales. Find some things that you think are perfect for the individual in your life that you want to purchase it for. But do it in a way that you don't have regret. I can tell you that Christmases past, when our girls were young, I would watch them open their gifts All the money's spent already, and I'm watching them open their gifts, and I was sick to my stomach, even though they were smiling and, they got all the gifts. And then later on, they just threw the toys around or didn't play with them. And all I could think about is, oh my gosh, do you know how much that Polly Pocket stuff cost? Oh my gosh, they're not even playing with that. And I thought they wanted it so badly. And I got caught up in that because it was an emotional thing of making this magical experience for our girls. Yeah, okay, imperfect person, emotional human, mom who loves to spoil their children. And I had the mindset of always do what your parents did for you and try to do a little bit better. All those things that I told myself, that was part of my money mindset. Well, now I'm blessed that my girls are older and they are living in the real world and they understand personal finance because I talk to them about financial peace until their ears bleed. It is a big stressor. Money is a big stressor when it comes to your personal peace, your relationships, how you show up for your family, how you treat your children, because you're dealing with stress that you really do not articulate to other people because you carry shame with it. Prepare yourself. Month of July, write down every expense and every penny spent. Give them all a category. I am a huge proponent of the Budget by Paycheck workbook. Actually, the Budget Mom had a New York Times best-selling book. And I'm in chapter 8 of her book, My Money, My Way. I speak to you from experience of making choices that maybe other people wouldn't make, but there were choices that I made, and some of them were poor, but I don't have any regrets because it got me to exactly where I am today, and those mistakes helped me learn. So if you've made mistakes with your money, don't beat yourself up. If you're still standing, every moment's a new beginning, and you can learn something. When you know better, you do better. Hopefully. It's a choice. You don't have to be a totally different person tomorrow. Just give yourself a slight edge, try to be a little bit better than you were the day before. But if you're somebody who needs that Monday, the Monday that you're going to start the diet, or the Monday you're going to start saving, the Monday that you're going to start exercising, if you need that date on the calendar, let tomorrow be your date. Let July 1st be your date. And whenever you're watching this, let your next moment be your moment to be able to claim the peace that you deserve for yourself. You do deserve to have a peaceful life. And there's a lot of things in this world that you can't control. There are days when you think the world has lost its ever-loving mind or the world is on fire. You have no control over that. That doesn't mean you throw the baby out with the bathwater, cut your nose off in spite of your face. It means that you have to take control over what you can control. And I can guarantee you, you will find a little bit of peace when you see progress with your own behaviors. The things that I'm telling you to do, track your spending and write out your calendar for the year of your big expenses, it's not going to change your life overnight. But with consistency and self-reflection and empowerment and the desire to want better for yourself because you deserve better, you will come to a better place. I can tell you that because that was me. I'm speaking from my personal experience. I've been a life coach for years. I do work a full-time job, but I made a lot of poor financial choices when my children were younger and I was younger. And I've given myself grace for that, and I've learned so much. And I would say, night and day from the person that I was. But I did not have the financial education that I do now. I did not have I think it all chalks up to education and the season that I'm in. Unfortunately, no longer in the season where I have to cater to little children. And keeping up with the Joneses. Yes. Regardless of how bad we say that is, and that whole statement is, nobody wants their children to feel like the odd person out. It's just the mom in me. And if you are that person that doesn't care, I'm proud of you. Good for you. I'm happy for you. But I can tell you from my imperfect self, I had a lot of growth to do, a lot of learning, and I still have a lot of growing and still a lot of learning. So let this video be a motivator for you. Maybe just a reminder to try something different, to do the one thing. You know, it's kind of like you want to lose weight. Well, don't jump head first if you have a hard time sticking to a diet of going vegan or, you know, no carbs. Maybe sometimes you just need to drink more water. Start somewhere. You deserve financial peace. You deserve good health. And you deserve to be happy. I hope this video finds you in a good spot, and I hope this video sparks you on to do something that's best for yourself and protect your peace. Please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I hope you have an amazing day. Take care, guys. Won't shut off.